Nearly senior citizen
here. Greetings, boys and girls. Welcome to this another brand new day in which I yammer about everything, because this is a channel for my mental health. Even before all this pandemic and social isolation, it was for my mental health. Thank you for coming along with me on this journey of exploration. I am a nobody, and it is greatly appreciated. Definitely a thumbs up. Now, for the Shelton, Washington weather, plague, rat, and spider report. I did go walkies last night. No, not last night. Yesterday. About noonish? 1 o'clock-ish? Right around that time? Not much more than that. I had to go get my kitty cat food. So I went walkies and I bought cat food. And now my cat has cat food, and thank you so very much everybody that has donated so that I can feed my cat. Definitely a thumbs up. It is a good thing. But after that, I was going to go walkies again to pick up sodas and maybe some yogurt and stuff for today, but it was raining so hard for the rest of the day. By the time I went to bed, it was still raining. So didn't go out. Now this morning, one of the things I thought of was like, hey, it's like 5:30, because it was 5:30 when I got up. Why don't I just walk down to Safeway and grab some soda? So I did that. And so I hit the road, pounded the pavement, and there was some cloud cover, but about half the sky was clouds. That's why there's a cloud cover. Was stars, so that's good. And it was warm-ish. For this kind of weather. I had my coat unzipped and my sleeves pulled up, so that was good, and there was no real wind, so it's nice out there. May rain again, probably will. It's the rainy season for this area, so thumbs up on that. Spider report. There's like no gangly leg spiders anywhere, whether up here or down in the bathroom, but the garden spider is still over in the corner. Thumbs up for that. She's still in her web. So definitely a good thing. There is still life. And one day I will get hamsters again, and that will be good. It's just I have no vehicle, and there's no pet stores in Shelton, and it's at least 20 miles to get to Olympia, the closest big city, where they have pet stores. So thumbs up for that. But for the plague rat report, yesterday, the people that I saw were wearing masks. Not everybody outside does, and depending on where you are, you don't have to. I feel increasingly socially irresponsible if I'm not, so I put my mask on more and more, as I've said, in public areas. If I'm still out in an area where there's nobody, and I've got pre-rolls especially, I'm going to put on the mask afterward. Now, when I get into areas downtown where there's like just people, yeah, the mask goes on. So thumbs up on that. So yay, that's how the day has gone yesterday. That's how the day's gone today. One thing that I kind of want to talk about. I used to be able to remember my dreams quite well, but that's faded. Every single day I could remember something from one of my dreams. I haven't been able to do that for a very long time. Maybe once a year anymore, I'll remember something, and then that's it. So it's kind of disappointing that way. But I did dream and remember dreaming. I mean, whether I remember or not, we all dream. If you don't dream, you eventually die. So I remembered part of my dream. Now, I don't remember the full thing. It was a full, happy, great dream, and that was fine. Telling people your dreams is usually boring for them, so I'm not going to do that. Especially since it's stated I can't remember what it was. But it ended in such an odd fashion, because it had been a happy sort of dream. Now, even my happy dreams, a lot of my dreams and such like that, I'm dealing with abandonment and loneliness and all that. So I'll frequently, from what I remember, I'll be going through large, empty, abandoned places. And I'll be lost, and I'll be looking for something and unable to find it. So I'm dealing with abandonment issues. But I wasn't really dealing with abandonment issues, because even though that sort of thing was happening, I was pretty happy about it. Now, let's state it. The dream ended in a really weird fashion because it was happy and friendly. And then I was walking through a corridor, and then there was a guy, and he said, "Guard, guard." So all of a sudden, it's like some kind of prison situation, except it's an abandoned type hallway, and there's not really a guard situation. And of course, it being a dream, he just continued walking into this abandoned portion of the room. So I followed him in there, and he was attempting to use the toilet. So I grabbed his underwear off the floor, wrapped it around his neck, and woke up as I was strangling the man to death with his own underwear as he was attempting to use the toilet. Oh my God, that took a hard left turn. Goodness gracious. Call me Agent 47, apparently. So I woke up while strangling a man to death with his own underwear. So that was a dream that I remembered. Thumbs up for that. Normally, that's the first time in any dream that I ever remember, doing something like that. So I have no idea as to what was going on. The other joyous thing I have had to deal with, periodically, I get a lot of gut pain as stuff tries to work its way through my various innards. And oh boy, on my way to walk to Safeway and back, I had that where it was like a butcher knife in my upper left quadrant of my abdomen, trying to stand, but also having to lean forward because it hurt so much, and then carrying my stuff back with that butcher knife in my gut. I've had to deal with this my whole life, gut pain, so it's not like it's new, but because I've had to deal with gut pain my whole life, I never know if what I'm experiencing is just an extension of the gut pain that I've dealt with my whole life, or it's really something that I need to take care of. So that's always joyous. So yeah, horrific, butcher knife in my gut pain. I mean, I remember times when I was in my youth, when I worked as a dishwasher in a restaurant. I remember walking past the dishwashing machine and having the pain suddenly stab into my abdomen so hard, I literally flung myself into the wall, just wham, until the pain stopped. So this didn't do that. Thank goodness. On the other hand, of course, I do have, my grandfather died of colon cancer. I have had precancerous polyps removed from my colon. It's been a couple years since I had 20 of them cut out of my colon, and that was horrific. Normally, you don't feel it afterward. It doesn't really hurt. You get 3-4 polyps snipped off from your intestines. You don't really feel that. My abdomen burned for days because they had to snip out 20 of them. So, yeah, I'm never quite sure if what I'm feeling is something that I really need to take seriously or just, it's hurt your whole life and it still hurts. I don't want to die of cancer. We're all going to die of something. And eventually, if you live long enough, you will die of cancer. Because that's just, our DNA is such a mess. We're not designed through evolution, to last forever. And the mistakes written into our DNA, you will have cancer expressed at some point. Now, I've talked about this before. Some people, their DNA is such that they would have to live well past the normal human lifespan for that cancer to take them out. Like, some people are lucky. They'd have to live 500 years before cancer got them. It would happen eventually, but 500 years? We're lucky if we live 100 and some. So, and then of course there are those poor kids that don't even make it to like age 1 before the timer in their DNA runs out. But I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about, I'm not quite sure. I've talked about all the things that I had written down on my list. My horrific gut pain, my dream, my walkies. It's just been a day. It's actually been a late day because I went walkies. I normally start at 7 o'clock. It was like 7:20 before I got started. And I can't really think of much. I don't have anything to bring up and show anyone. I don't have any money, so I haven't purchased anything. I've got a post office box, but I'm lucky if people send me one postcard every 6 or 7 months. So I don't have any mail to unbox and show. So it's a very slow Sunday, apparently. I am, of course, still trying to think of creative things. I am call it frustrated writer because of my ADHD. I even talked about this with my therapist. It's like by the time I push through in a lot of cases to be able to do something, the effort of pushing through, like executive dysfunction, which is you have a portion of your brain that makes decisions, that does stuff. Executive dysfunction is when that you can't make those decisions. People with depression, and ADHD and all that, it's like we call it executive dysfunction, but it's not true executive dysfunction, but it's the inability to make decisions. Not because you're going, oh gosh, do I want this or do I want that? It's the pressure and the effort to go, I need to make a phone call. And you end up another day where you didn't do it because you couldn't push to make that phone call. I'm like that with writing and a whole bunch of other stuff, but the problem with that isn't the effort, is just trying to get through the mental stuff. On the whole fibromyalgia and injuries thing, by the time that I push through those mental things, I am exhausted from the effort of pushing through. So by the time I can actually lean over and start writing, I may have started with a 60% full charge on my rechargeable battery meter. By the time I'm ready to go, I've burned through 40%. Well, 40%. I've only got like 40% of a charge left. I started with 60 and I got maybe 20 left on the battery. So it's just ADHD, fibromyalgia, yay, coupled with depression, and I am still mourning my wife. I've gotten largely over the worst parts of it. I mean, the things that will just devastate or destroy me don't devastate or destroy me anymore like they used to. When I was cleaning out my storage unit a couple years back when I still had one and going through my stuff and my wife's stuff, I had to literally just keep saying, nothing matters, as the tears were pouring down my face. Now I can think about her. Now I can do things. I've gone through the stuff that I've kept of hers and got rid of the stuff that I wasn't going to. You do heal. And then, of course, some of it is, they say time heals all wounds. But it's not so much that you heal from a wound. Time is just like another layer of a bandage. It never takes off the old layers. It just adds more layers on top of the wound. And after years and years of just layers of bandage, you can't feel it anymore. It hasn't healed. It's still underneath all that. But it's underneath all that. So thumbs up. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good, bad, or different. You took the time. You expended the calories. Thank you very much. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, ADHD, and more, I'm sometimes like I can remember what my own name is. So, we have Reist REAST 27, thumbs up and thank you. SHVBTX, thumbs up. Daytryan, DAYTRYAN, thumbs up. Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Phil ND, greatly appreciated. Connor Hall, thumbs up and thank you, greatly appreciated. Piffle S, thumbs up. Christopher Thomas, greatly appreciated. Adrian Bryan, good to see you. Goofy Ronbert, I'm not sure, why are there school? Hunter, thank you very, very much. Anunnaki GWUMC Wing, thank you very, very much. Colin Reiser, greatly appreciated. Blommin95, thumbs up. Blind Architect, I like the name and thank you very much. Dolby, greatly appreciated. Reap ZZZ, thumbs up. Kapaki, greatly appreciated. Momoka _B, thank you very, very much. Insignificant Nick, greatly appreciated. Lidmar L, greatly appreciated. Melissa Ramirez, thumbs up. Russian Timing, always good to see you in the comments. Definitely a good thing. Beck 2324 right in there. I always get confused at that break. Thank you very, very much. Beck Chase Wolf, and then Harry Taylor. Thumbs up and thank you all so very, very much. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and that's a good thing. Definitely a thumbs up. So, I also have various links down below. I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out financially without sending money through the patronage, I have a PayPal link down below. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well with things like hamster bedding and cat food, silly things, not silly things. If you could check it out, that would be very, very cool. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. A definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very, very cool. A definite thumbs up. Well, good golly, Miss Molly. I have this video that you're hopefully watching at this moment. I have another video I need to record and then edit and render for the second half of the day. Who knows what it will be? Likely just a game video, but it may be some form of strange creative content. Hard to say. I can never tell. I don't know what my brain is going to do, so thumbs up for that. And of course, the lobster hat wearing duck head of judgment suffers from a surplus of scorn. Do not disappoint the lobster hat wearing duck head of judgment. It is ready, not eager, but ready to cast that scorn upon any and all whom it finds disappointing. Its mockery is severe. Do not disappoint the lobster hat wearing duck head of judgment. It suffers from a surplus of scorn. And I don't know why it's controversial, but Black Lives Matter. Perhaps we shouldn't be gunning people down in the streets or murdering them in their homes just because of the color of their skin. What a controversial statement. And justice for everybody, the jackbooted, brown-shirted fascist thugs in police uniforms who keep brutalizing and murdering American citizens in their homes and on American streets. Yay. So, please wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, stay at home unless you have to go out. If you have to go out, practice your social distancing. This is not murder. It's just simple taking care of yourself and others. It's the only way we're going to get through this until everybody can get vaccinated. Excuse me. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. Practice as much self-care as you can. Be as creative as you can, and I will see you.